The question hangs in the air, almost a whisper among the football fans. Will there be another El Clásico in 2025? It seems crazy to even ask. This is not just any game. It is the game, the one that stops the world. It's the game that brings in not only the dedicated fans of Real Madrid and FC Barcelona, but also the casual viewers, the neutral fans, and those who just love a good show. El Clásico is a global event, a cultural moment that goes beyond the 90 minutes on the field. It is a clash of ideas, a battle of giants, and a display of some of the most amazing football talent the world has ever seen. The excitement for it starts months before the game even begins. Every year, fans mark dates on their calendars with a special feeling. How important this match is a part of the sport itself. It's a contest that carries the weight of history, politics, and local pride. When these two teams meet, cities stop. Bars from Barcelona to Bogotá are packed full. This is the game that defines seasons, creates legends, and breaks hearts. To imagine a year without it feels like imagining a sky without a sun. The magic comes from how unpredictable it is and the huge pressure it creates. No matter how well a team is playing, no matter which team is at the top of the standings, El Clásico plays by its own rules. To understand El Clásico, you have to look beyond the field. This is not a rivalry that just comes from simple sports competition. It is a story deeply tied to the social and political history of Spain. Barcelona, which stands for Catalan identity and a desire for independence, is very different from Real Madrid, often seen as representing the Spanish government and central power. This historical tension creates a strong feeling beneath every game. The clubs became symbols, ways to show local pride and political feelings, especially during times when such expressions were not allowed. Who could forget the controversial transfer of Alfredo Di Stefano in the 1950s, a move that changed who had the power and made the bad feelings even stronger for decades? Or the shocking return of Luis Figo to the CampNou in a Real Madrid jersey, met with a storm of anger and a now famous pig's head. The list of legends who have played in this match reads like a who's who of football kings. From Johan Cruyff's game-changing influence at Barcelona to the era of the Galacticos at Madrid, the game has always been a stage for the world's best. The amazing 10-year duel between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo made the rivalry a global event. Their personal fight to be the best mirrored their club's struggle, creating a weekly drama that captivated billions. Young players like LamineYamal and Jude Bellingham are now stepping into the spotlight, ready to become the main characters of the next generation. They inherit the history, the pressure, and the chance to write their own names into El Clásico history. This is what makes it so special. It's a continuous story, a story that is always changing but never loses its main intensity. As we look ahead, the football world is already buzzing with excitement for the 2025-26 La Liga season. While the official game schedule from La Liga headquarters is still months away, the usual pattern of the Spanish football calendar allows for educated guesses. Normally, the first El Clásico of the season happens in the fall, usually between late October and early December. This game often sets the mood for who will win the league, a very important early test of strength. The second game then typically happens in the spring, sometime between March and April, often at a point in the season where the stakes are super high, possibly deciding who wins the league title itself. The confirmation of these dates is one of the most eagerly awaited announcements in world football. Fans, TV channels, and reporters all over the world mark their calendars the moment the schedule is released. We can expect the first match to be held at Real Madrid's newly fixed-up SantiagoBernabéu, a modern stadium ready to host this old battle. The second game would then take place at Barcelona's CampNou, which should be almost finished with its own big rebuilding project. Recent news from La Liga officials suggests that the league wants to keep its global appeal. They understand that El Clásico is their most valuable possession. There have been talks about scheduling to get the most international viewers, especially in important markets in Asia and the Americas. This means we could again see game times that are good for a worldwide audience, making sure that as many people as possible can watch live. For the clubs themselves, preparations are already happening. Transfer plans are being made, and scouts are finding the talent that could make a difference in the next El Clásico. The summer of 2025 will be very important, as both Real Madrid and Barcelona look to make their team stronger for the challenges ahead. The story for the 2025-26 showdowns is already being written in the boardrooms and on the training fields. While it seems almost wrong to even think about, the question of whether El Clásico could be cancelled is a real, though unlikely one. The main rule for these league games is simple. Both Real Madrid and FC Barcelona must be in Spain's top league, La Liga. The most direct threat to the game would be if one of these big teams got moved down to a lower league. While the idea of either club finishing in the bottom three seems completely crazy given how dominant they've been and how much money they have, football is known for its shocking surprises. Stranger things have happened in the sport, and a terrible season of bad management or a crisis could, in theory, lead to the unthinkable. It's still very unlikely to happen, but it's not impossible. Beyond sports, outside factors could also be a risk. We've seen in the past how unexpected global events can mess up sports schedules. A public health crisis, major safety worries, or big political instability could lead to delays or cancellations. While leagues have gotten better at dealing with these problems, a situation that's bad enough could certainly affect a single game or even a whole season. Also, the ongoing talks about new competition styles, like the controversial European Super League, could one day change the way domestic football works, though La Liga is very protective of its structure and its main game. Rule changes within the league itself are unlikely to ever specifically target El Clásico, as it's far too valuable. However, bigger changes to the structure could indirectly affect it. In the end, the biggest protection for El Clásico is how important it is culturally and financially. It is a golden goose for La Liga, the clubs, and TV partners. The shared desire to make sure this match happens is huge. Any obstacle, whether about sports, politics, or logistics, would be met with a huge effort to overcome it. The financial and reputation cost of losing El Clásico is simply too high for anyone to handle. So while we can think about the very unlikely situations, the truth is that the Spanish football organizations are built to make sure it continues. The show, as they say, must go on. So, as the calendar pages turn towards 2025, the answer to the big question seems a very clear yes. The world can and should expect another El Clásico, more than one in fact. Unless something truly terrible and wildly unlikely happens, Real Madrid and FC Barcelona will once again line up to face each other in the 2025-26 La Liga season. The excitement is already clear. This is not just a game, it's a global event that promises drama, passion, and moments of football genius. The next part of El Clásico will be shaped by the new generation. The focus will be strongly on players like KylianMbappé, who is expected to lead the attack for Real Madrid, and the young, lively talents of Barcelona, such as LamineYamal and Pedri. These are the players given the job of carrying on the tradition passed down by Messi and Ronaldo, Zidane and Cruyff. How they play in these high-stakes games will shape their lasting fame. We can expect a fascinating battle of strategies between two of the world's smartest managers, each trying to get the upper hand in a chess game played at 100 miles an hour. The story is ready for new heroes and new plots. What everyone who watches can be sure of is an emotional roller coaster. El Clásico is a show that rarely disappoints. It promises tension from the first whistle to the last. There will be amazing goals, hard tackles, moments of incredible skill, and surely arguments that will be talked about for days. It is a small example of everything that makes football the world's most popular sport. It is the pride of two of the world's biggest cities, the passion of millions of fans, and the peak of club football. Ultimately, El Clásico lasts because it is more than a game. It is a cultural event, a historical story, and a sports spectacle all rolled into one. It is the heart of Spanish football and a guiding light for the global game. As we look towards 2025, the excitement builds not just for another match, but for the continuation of an epic story. The world will be watching, as it always does, ready to be captivated once more. The players will change, the stadiums will be made modern, but the true spirit of El Clásico stays forever. The next part is coming, and you won't want to miss it.